Yeah. Stroh gonna have to let me get back on this one. Yeah. Might have to rip this shit.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is JH. Is that thing on? Yeah, it's on. Message today. Are you complacent with falling into the category of living an average life? Are you complacent with falling into the category of living an average life? What does that mean? How does that pertain to the United States Postal Service? I get emails quite often, and these emails have a lot of ups and downs. I get a lot of comments. They have a lot of ups and downs. I help a lot of people get into the post office, and then I hear a lot of people that can't handle or can't manage the lifestyle that goes with being a postal worker. I had an individual write something about how older people don't understand that younger people live a different lifestyle and can't see how somebody could work 8 to 12 hours a day because how much the world changes. How much can they miss in those 8 to 12 hours for the day? Number one, every full-time job starts at 8 hours a day. It's just how it is. So I had to kind of sit back and think. I've been getting a lot of messages, and the good ones I'll post, and the other ones I just leave the comments, in the comments section. But I had to think about a way to relay this message in the most direct and JH way. There were people that I didn't think would make it that made it. I met people that I didn't think would make it and made it. From last year, one of the young ladies I saw recently, and I told her, I said, I didn't think you would last this long, and she proved me wrong. And she went through a rough life, and now where she's at, she's doing all right. She's 23 years old. I think she's 23, 24. So what do I mean by, are you complacent? Are you okay with falling into the category of living an average life? Nothing about this job is average. You're going to be faced with all different types of adversities that you're not accustomed to, you're not comfortable with. You're going to feel the effects of being considered an essential worker, like the nurses, police officers, doctors, scientists. I mean, not falling into your schedule. Now, it's not about adults that are in their, early 20s and the adults that are in their, 40s, living different types of lifestyles. We've seen things differently. They're saying, how much can you miss in that time? Well, the instant gratification of the here and now, it's okay. But where are your long-term goals? What do you have to endure in order to achieve those long-term goals? What does that mean? When you deal with the post office, you're going to deal with management. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a video about that. Check that out. You're going to deal with your co-workers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a video that I have about that as well. You're going to be uncomfortable. You're going to be spoken about. A lot of your business is going to be out there. A lot of your scheduling, which I talk about the schedules there in other videos. So if you're new to this channel and you're not aware about what I'm talking about, they're videos. They're labeled pretty decently. Just scroll through, listen to them kind of like a podcast, listen to them while you're sitting on the toilet, whatever. But each video has enough information for you to prepare yourself mentally for this place. Why do I say prepare yourself mentally? Because you will be challenged mentally when you have to deal with these tough supervisors. You'll have to challenge yourself mentally when you're not able to make it off in time to take your wife out to dinner for your anniversary. When you have to work on Thanksgiving or have to work on Christmas. There are plenty of jobs that you don't have to do that. But if you scroll through the comments and you see the people that have been through this for a few years and look and say, it's not about the money per se, but it's about building a solid foundation so that later on you can do things that were unreachable. I have a video about that as well. Being able to travel, because your instant gratification of going out to the club tonight or not being able to go to the bar or being able to go to Disney this weekend or not being able to do whatever it is you're going to do. How many of your current friends you know can say they've actually traveled the world? How many friends that you know were able to come out their pocket and put a sizable down payment on their own home? How many of your friends that you know are able to pay for their own college out of their pocket as they work? How many of your friends can take care of their own kids and be able to save for money for their kids to go to college? You are not going to live an average life as a postal worker. It's not like FedEx or Amazon. It's a very complex setup, and why is it like that? I don't know. I didn't create the job. I just work here. How do I know this information? Because I speak to people in California. I speak to people in Ohio. I speak to people in New York, in Florida, in Texas, all over this country. Hawaii, as you saw, Puerto Rico. And each person has their own story. I gather that data and I feed it back to you. So when you hear me speak about things, you're not the only one going through it. Don't ask me why. I didn't start this job. But you're not gonna live an average life. What are the benefits of being here? There's a video about that. Do the benefits supersede your happiness? No, you just have to figure out how to balance it. It's that work-life balance that it's almost like a puzzle. It's like when you think you have all the answers, they change the questions. You're always on your toes. So no, you're not going to live an average life. It's going to be complicated. Is it going to be easy? No. Is it rewarding? Extremely rewarding. Will you see it immediately in your first year? No. 2 years? No. Will you start to progressively see it? Absolutely. I'm not here to sell this post office to anybody. Don't get that twisted. I'm here to give you the information that you need so you can make an educated decision on whether or not you want to sacrifice certain things in order to achieve certain things later on down the line. Things that you don't see being realistic with your regular everyday job. The love of money is the root of all evil, but money is what makes this world go round. You don't have to love the money, but it helps you achieve things that you were not able to achieve before. And if you have a solid foundation at home, which is so important, I tell to a lot of people, very important to make sure you got a strong backbone at home that doesn't bark in your ear. Why aren't you never home? Why aren't you this? No, you need somebody to be there to support you while you went through a 12-hour day and pissed off because everything went wrong, to go home, to have somebody there by your side to rub your feet, whatever they are there for, to be that strong backbone to help you move forward. Or create yourself a group of people that are around you that are there to help build you up and nurture you. Because this is not an easy job by a long shot. Are you complacent with falling into the category of living an average life? Average life, average 9 to 5, average, 8 to whatever. It's a choice. So when you're in the comment section and you're expressing your frustrations, everybody has those frustrations. I have those frustrations, but I'm here and I'm okay. People that have been doing this for a while, they're okay. Your co-workers, they're okay. Person said, well, the younger generation, what's crazy is that out of almost 800,000 employees, I'm going to say that more than half of them are from the age of 34 down. So that's quite a bit of people that have learned how to figure out how to work-life balance this is. That have kids, the mothers that have kids, single parents, the ones that have taken care of their sick relatives at home, the ones that have complicated lifestyles at home. They figure it out. There's videos plastered throughout my whole channel that are here to help you. It's important that you listen to the videos thoroughly. Again, I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to sell this place. I provided the initial information on how to get in and then how to survive. I don't think you can find very many other places that has people that are willing to put their personal lives on the line to give you information on how to survive. Because there's carriers that got videos, there's clerks, etc. And they're out there, you see the group, they're out there giving their feedback of what they're dealing with. You, as a potential employee or current employee, are supposed to gather that information, that data, figure out how it's going to work for you or if it does not work for you. It's very important. Because if it doesn't work for you, it's going to work for somebody else. That's true. People will come, people will go. But a lot of people that have been here for a year, 2 years, and then they leave, and then they like, shit, I'm not going to find another job that's going to pay me like this. Or, you know what, it was rough there, but you know what? Look at what I could have had, what I'm missing. Being average is okay. Some people don't like to stand out. Being above average is what we should all strive for. Because when you work here for a couple years, with some of our educations, we have above average jobs. We have above average pay. I grew up in the Bronx. Never did I think I'd ever go and see another country. I never thought that I'd be able to sit at a beach with coconuts around me. I never thought I'd be able to go on a cruise. Some people have never even left the country yet. Some people have never left their state yet. Don't let that be you. Unless that's what you're content with. But let's not fall into the category of being average. If you took the step to finally push through this to get in, be proud of what you accomplished once you finally got in. Now you got to tackle all the BS that goes with it. You can't be complacent. And it's definitely not average. You're going to get hit with everything. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable, everything. But it's going to keep you on your toes. It's going to keep your mind going. It makes your mind move. Because you're constantly trying to figure out how to make it through the next day. Eventually it'll become second nature. But initially, that's the hard part. My friends, I appreciate you guys if you made it to the end of this video. And if you did, let's type down, let's not be complacent. Complacency is almost a weakness. Strive for something better. In the comments section, if you made it to the end of the video, type, strive for the best. Strive for the best. This is JH with a more serious video. And we'll get back to you. Alright. Doochies.